All right, I messed up. Today's supposed to be a special day, right? I'm exhausted. I didn't sleep well. We're not working up here, but I wanted to at least share a little bit of the Oblivion hype, right? The Oblivion remaster. They're not calling it a remake, I guess. It's a remaster, and today is the day that Shadow dropped. You know, the leaks have been saying. But anyway, we're gonna watch the trailer, the reveal, about 20 minutes, because I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen really pretty much anything for the game. I've seen a couple in-game screenshots. I haven't played it, and I haven't got into it. Who knows? The night is still young. Maybe we'll dive into it. But I think for now, we're just gonna look at, you know, what this could be. So we're just gonna go ahead and watch the video and just get in there. So I got to download it on the Xbox app because of it is, you know, available on Game Pass, which I'm still the sucker paying for, and I barely use it, so it's coming in clutch today, I guess. Dude, this looks crazy. You know, the cutscenes always are amazing, right? Always better than the gameplay, you know, because they're pre-rendered.
You hold our future in your hands.
My God.
Take with you my blessings.
See this? I saw the logo with the guy, the freaking Legion guy or whatever in the logo in the fire. That is so cool.
Close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
I love that touch, actually. There's Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remaster. I like this plain and simple font. It's not like textured or, you know,
here we are 20 years later.
You know, it's just a rounded, simple font, and I really like that design, honestly.
When
oh my gosh,
you think about the Elder Scrolls,
Todd Howard.
To us, it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on the 6th chapter here, but what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the chapters. Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena. Each of them try to define role-playing games and open-world games for their generation.
Fans got so connected with the worlds we've made and these stories we're telling, and it's really amazing.
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio.
Absolutely. It's
I think
crazy.
when it comes to a remaster,
crazy to think 19
we want people
years?
to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep those bones in place. You want some of that old charm.
Yeah.
Coming back to Oblivion now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
There's so much there, both for the Elder Scrolls world and also this evolution of our games, I think is really, really important for people to take a look back at.
Looking back and seeing everything we've accomplished in the past 20 years and working with these people, like, it's really special.
Yeah, there are still quite a few people that I've worked with for that long, and it sort of gave me the warm fuzzies.
You know, I haven't watched a lot of these type of like developer videos. I watched one for Civ 7, I believe it was, and how they're kind of like reimagining the series, and it's been, you know, several years. They're kind of going back to their roots, maybe. You know, don't quote me on that, but I never really played that game since it came out, first of all, and yeah, but I am enjoying seeing the other side of the curtain, right? We all know so well this side, the consumer side, and really not humanizing game developers. So it is cool to see the other side and sort of feel how, you know, these people who've been at the studio for X number of years or since Oblivion and before, it's crazy to see there's like that, you know, obviously there's that history in a person's lifetime. Like, you know, you and I have coworkers or experiences in our own lives, you know, that we look back on with fond, you know, rose tinted glasses or whatever. Even for something like the video game, we're actually literally talking about seeing it from the other side, and this being their work and their passion and their, you know, craft and art form. is crazy. You know, it's just, we get so focused on the consumer side, like, why can't Bethesda just do this, and why can't they launch a game without bugs, and why do we not hear about Elder Scrolls 6 in the last 4 years, and, you know, all of these things? Why don't they remaster Oblivion? Why did it take however long? Or, you know, we have all these expectations and questions and why don'ts and what ifs. It's like, you know, it's really easy. What I'm saying is to just dehumanize something like this, and I appreciate getting the other to look through to the other side, because because it's, I don't know, it's just
for the most.
I don't know, the empath in me or whatever, you know.
At the main menu, there's just like,
even the people creating it have these fond, like passionate moments.
Flood of nostalgia.
Obviously, I mean, how could
Oblivion is the beginning of...
You think that we enjoy the game, like these people made it and
who I
experienced that part, which we have absolutely no idea how that would be.
am. As an individual, as a game developer, it all starts with it.
I don't even think it took me till release to realize how big this was.
People loved it. Like, they loved it.
Such a key moment in our history of making games and the evolution of how we build these worlds, and having players be able to come back and experience that is really amazing.
Not only do they get the enjoyment or, you know, credibility of making the game, being there for when it's made, but they also get to experience it themselves, and then they also get to experience the community's love for it. And I think that's kind of speaking as the brief, you know, creative moments I've had being able to share something I've made with somebody. You know, it's just a different feeling knowing that someone can enjoy something that you did, and hopefully, you know, feeling that from yourself about your own creation is, you know, it's just like a layered thing. And as consumers, we have not, I don't want to call it like a two-dimensional type of enjoyment and experience with the thing, but like, I don't know, it's just, as I said, different from the other side, right? And just keep in mind the other perspective here.
We had that really special moment of coming out into the world for the first
goes with
time.
Everything
What that
in
meant to
general,
this game.
right?
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's, what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
I was born.
And that's what a proper
87
remake
years
should be
ago.
doing, right? You nurture those fans that you had for the 19 years. And then you also, in addition to, allow a new audience to experience it too, at a level that they, you know, to meet them at the level we are now. Obviously, going back to play the original is one thing and can be a nostalgia trip, but it's not the same as experiencing it for the first time in new, you know, generation, literally, I guess. And that's what a true remake should be. And it shouldn't be like, well, let's add a bunch of random stuff to it that might make the experience different, which, you know, I guess we'll get into because I don't know what they've changed, but you do have to keep that core feeling intact.
For 65
right?
years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years,
I'm loving this new font.
I've never been
I mean, I don't know if it's
ruler
new,
of my
but
own
I have
dreams.
not seen it as far as I know.
I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which
Dude.
no waking eye may see.
All right. Like I said, I haven't seen any of this yet. That is cool. That is so good. I can't even hear myself talk or think. That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Whether you're reliving these moments or experiencing them for the first time, the world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks and feels incredible.
Oh man,
When we decided to remaster Oblivion,
that is some YouTube compression right there. That actually sucks. Let's go to 1440p at least, see if we can see a difference there.
experiencing them for those incredible.
Yeah, that's some
When we
crash
decided
bit
to
right there.
remaster Oblivion,
That's
we
unfortunate.
were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project, we had one rule. We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right. Our partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring our vision to life. The care and love they've poured into the Oblivion remaster has been absolutely
These people are young too.
Welcome to Paris, and welcome to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible.
What? I don't even know what that is.
We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on other projects in the past,
Ooh, is this
so we know what makes that team and their games special.
Oh my god, that
we wanted to make the
crazy.
Remaster more friendly to gamers with modern hardware. This is Oblivion in its most complete form.
Most complete form. That is so good to hear. You know, obviously we can't go too far into this, but like, it's a remake. Hopefully it is complete. But there's so many games that release now that are just not finished at all. It's frustrating. And then you get drip fed content, right? And then you pay more for it. It's great. I don't know. That's a different conversation.
About time someone got here.
Or, you know, honestly, wouldn't even be surprising if it was like, you know, DLC or this content coming later, which it's to be seen, right? I still don't know for sure that they're not doing that, but like, I wouldn't be that surprised. That's the kind of atmosphere we have now.
Those familiar with only some Elder Scrolls lore will now be able to experience the events that set the stage for Skyrim. You embark on an epic journey to stop the Mythic Dawn cult.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
From unleashing the Daedric Prince of Destruction.
What was the Oblivion Crisis? What happened to the previous Emperor of Cyrodiil? Why are there only 8 divines instead of 9? In addition to the core game, the remaster contains all add-ons, including story expansions, Shivering Isles, and Knights of the Nine, so you get the full experience.
Beautiful.
On a personal level, it was really important to me to ensure that we're preserving the magic of the original experience. At the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I'm a fan. I have been always a fan.
Well, I played Oblivion for perhaps 10,000 hours.
Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game, and it was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
Oh my
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
You will find your own path.
Dude.
But there will be blood and death before the end.
Oh. Oh. All right.
The technology we used to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have come a long way since then.
There's that screenshot of the leak. Wow.
The
No
original
way.
Oblivion is still the heart and
That's
soul
cool.
of the remaster, but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve all our visual goals. We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives
say that
all
again?
of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 visual goals. We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain
The
and
Oblivion
Unreal
game
5 as
engine.
the body. The brain
Interesting.
drives all the word logic and gameplay, and the body brings to life the experience that players have loved for almost 20 years.
But it's not just about pure fidelity. We knew we had to preserve the distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
Right.
The brush opens a portal into the painting. You're stuck here like I am.
That was a good quest.
A wonderful
I think.
place. Good for a visit.
Memorable.
Or
at the very least.
Eternity.
We've leveraged nearly every major feature from the latest version of Unreal 5.
Our goal was to push the visuals to the next level using the latest technologies. We created brand new, highly detailed character models and stunning
That's
landscapes
wild.
that use millions of polygons in each
Dude.
asset, allowing us a truly impressive level of detail in the world.
That is
Every single
impressive.
asset in this game was completely redesigned and handcrafted from scratch.
We
Will I be able
implemented
to
an
run it?
advanced real-time lighting system that accurately simulates how light interacts with the environment. This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects. While the original game had limited dynamic shadows, now the entire world reacts naturally to light.
We used an incredible new lip sync technology that really enhanced performance in our characters.
He left us a warning. Heed it.
Unreal tools helped us create the base mesh of our characters. From there, our artists sculpt each race individually to adapt it to the mesh, allowing us to share the model, rig, and textures. As a result, all races...
It's... I don't know. I'm kind of speechless on that one, really. This was gonna sound stupid, but it like looks like Skyrim. But like, you know, I mean, which it basically is, right? It's the same concept for sure. It's just Unreal, literally Unreal 5.
Including Argonians, Orcs, and Khajiits, are built on the same base mesh, making the lip sync system more effective even when the characters have very different facial features.
Welcome to the guild.
We have access to so many modern rendering features. You'll see them in something as simple as running through a forest.
I think the running gotta look weird.
Fish swimming in the water, light filtering through the leaves. Thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world. You'll really believe you're in Cyrodiil.
I believe you can handle a more complicated assignment. I would like you to retrieve a carved panel from the central chamber of the High Fane.
It's not just visuals that we've modernized in the remaster. It's gameplay.
Ooh.
It's UI and UX.
Okay.
It's audio.
Oh my god, so good.
We've updated features and systems across the board.
We've changed the approach to leveling, which I think will make a lot of people happy. It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds.
What is that?
We were able to fully recreate the character models, creating a physicality that feels more human. You see that in places like combat animations, where there's a lot more separation between the upper and lower body, and all the animations have more flourish.
God.
Combat in the original Oblivion didn't have sound effects, visual effects, or hit reactions. Now you'll get blood splatters, sparks, and controller feedback. We know it's a little thing, but little things add up to make the combat more modern.
Controller feedback.
There's a proper third-person perspective now.
The
original had third-person, but there was no crosshair, and we felt the experience could be modernized. One of our goals was to have a third-person view that compared to Starfield in terms of playability. Now, the third-person perspective has all the same control you get from the first-person view.
You have my ear, citizen.
When Oblivion first launched,
greetings. How goes it? How are you?
Disk storage limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers for all the races. So we've gone back and recorded new lines of dialogue. Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
Can't stand the sight of those creatures.
We also made sure to keep in all of the quirkier dialogue.
I really like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there.
Hi there.
But it's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop! You violated the law. Stop! You violated the law.
Stop, criminal scum.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Cheese for everyone.
Cheese for everyone!
Conrad, you need to chill.
We are going to steal one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace. You need to find the reading room. The
legendary
blind
voice
priests will deliver a scroll to you there. Do not speak to the priests. They're blindfolded. I've chosen you because you are the best. Good luck.
Is that the Blade of Woe? I don't know.
Stop! You violated the law. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Then
Who the-
pay with your blood.
Who the heck is this? I don't know that voice.
As games have developed over the past 20 years, players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and controls.
Like sprinting. Sprinting is an interesting one because it was such a big debate internally among our teams.
Wow.
Some of us were absolute purists, but ultimately, we decided it's 2025 and people are going to want to sprint. In fact, all of the character locomotion has been completely redone from scratch, and that has a huge impact from the very beginning of the game.
Every single updated or new feature was implemented with the player in mind. It all comes down to what makes Oblivion, Oblivion. What are those features that just immediately come to mind for players when they think of the game?
The mini-games are the mini-games. Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Great! How's it go again?
Like lockpicking.
I love that.
You can put a fresh coat of paint on it, but you can't change it too much because it's part of the core experience.
I agree completely.
Whether you're returning to Cyrodiil or you're a newcomer,
I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on.
you will instantly feel at home. It just feels better. We've modernized a lot, but it's still the same incredible adventure and the same carefully handcrafted world.
Well, it's about time. Do you know how long we've been waiting?
So there are
Oblivion
new voices.
Is a core part of the story of
Right?
Bethesda Game Studios.
Not sure how we feel about it. Like, I should be happy, and I am,
would be
but like,
here if we hadn't made that game,
you know,
and if it hadn't been the success that it was. The effort that we put into it, the sort of the love that went into it, I think that comes across on the screen.
To have worked on something that people care enough where you're in a position where you can remaster it, it's a privilege.
And now, to help introduce this game to
Feel
a new
that,
generation of players,
Exactly.
I feel so lucky.
I really think that people, when they jump back into the remaster, they're going to be shocked at just how good the game looks.
I am
Oblivion games
already
look absolutely incredible, and I think they're just going to find themselves lost in the world.
See what my PC can
Even
run.
if it's just the music, for example, just walking around for half an
That's
hour in the world,
gorgeous.
you feel something, and that's precious.
You're going back to a world that you've been to before, but it's better somehow. Like, it's an intangible thing, but it's like, it's new, it's fun, like it's exciting again.
But it's ultimately the same game. There was a lot of respect
Starfield
for what was
jacket,
before,
kinda
and I
like
think
that.
the fans will appreciate that.
From all of us at Bethesda Game Studios
and Virtuous,
we want to thank you for joining us today. Oblivion has a very special place in my heart, and being able to work on this remaster and bring it to a new generation of players has been an incredible experience.
My gosh.
We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait. The best part of my job is that I get to be the one to announce that the Oblivion remaster will be available today.
That's awesome. Is this the trailer? Yes.
87 years ago.
Beautiful.
For all these years,
Beautiful.
I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. This is the 27th of Last Seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era. And the final hours of my life.
You know what's cool is
I have seen the gates of
this
Oblivion,
game just lays it out for you. This guy's about to die.
I may see.
It's like not a secret. I mean, but it is, but it isn't, you know.
This is only
It's like
the
how.
beginning.
That's what we ask ourselves.
Worse is yet
That's
to
cool.
come.
That's cool.
Looks clear.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
Who now will save us from the coming darkness?
It is absolutely gorgeous, man. I cannot wait to see it, feel it. Oh, the troll. There's a troll in the arena? Oh my goodness. Shivering Isles. That looks crazy. There was that shot from the leaks, that goblin on the bridge. this. I love this, dude.
Of Oblivion.
It's so good. Font is beautiful. Is this like Elder Scrolls Online type of font? Feel like maybe it's similar. I don't know. Probably just an Elder Scrolls font, and it's you know. All right, let's see. What did this say? What is PC game? What is that? What is that right there? Kind of speechless, honestly. It makes me excited to get in there and do it. You know, to feel it and experience it for myself again. I played through a couple hours of the original in the last couple weeks, and it's been nice. It's given me like those nostalgia vibes, and honestly, I didn't play Oblivion a whole ton in its heyday, right? I think I picked it up around like 11, 12 years old, and honestly, it scared me when I was that age. But I got to experience it early on, which I'm actually pretty thankful for, and I did at least beat it once, if not twice, but at least once is good for me. I haven't played a lot of big games, so trying to maybe this year I can change that, and this is a topic for another day, but like I have some nostalgia with the game, and I'm grateful for that, and that makes this obviously hit. So I'm gonna be playing it. I don't know what kind of video I want to make, if at all. I'm gonna try. I've been wrestling with this a lot, you know, the content creation lately, so please, you know, stick around if you enjoyed or whatever. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in Cyrodiil soon enough, I hope.